Hi, I'm Shoshana Bloom. As a volunteer, I'm the Global Chair of Limmud. In my professional life, I support others to build inclusive and impactful communities. In this week's Parshat, Baha'Alotcha, we continue our journey as a forming community, a community defining its values, its direction, while building the structure to provide the scaffolding. Mistakes are made, lessons are learned, and second chances abound. During the course of this Parsha, Aaron lights up the menorah. We learn how the Levites are initiated into the service of the Mishkan. We are introduced the idea of the Pesach Sheni, a second Pesach for those who are unable to bring the ritual offering at the appointed time. We finally leave Mount Sinai, guided by fire and cloud. We learn the power of the call to action on hearing the blast of the two silver trumpets. And we learn the consequences of speech and the power of words. How can we understand the relevance of this week's Parsha to today's world? We are existing in a period made up of defining moment after defining moment after defining moment. How will we move forward during these times of COVID into the as yet unknown and unforeseeable landscape that follows a global pandemic? How are we inspired by Pride Month to be more inclusive? How do we choose to speak out and act in a world where racial injustice forces us to confront both ourselves and our society? How will we ensure that Black people and Black Jews are safe and seen, and that Black lives matter in the same way as any other lives should? I see contained within this parasha 6 possible lessons representing the 6 of the branches of the Mishkan's menorah, guiding us in our troubled and challenging times. 1. Step up. We open with a call to which the action gives its very name to the parsha, meaning when you step up. What is it that we need to step up for, and what do we need to step up to? In the parsha, it is to light the lamps on the menorah. The menorah will shine a light, but first, we have to step up to light it. 2. Second chances. This parsha is full of second chances for those who are genuine and authentic about the barrier they faced achieving something the first time around. There are rituals. We have to cleanse ourselves and be intentional in doing so. Sometimes, as we saw with Miriam and Moshe, it takes someone else to also speak up and advocate for a second chance. But we have to do our own work in order to grasp that second opportunity. 3. Listen. The children of Israel were told to listen for the sound of 2 silver trumpets. When the blasts were heard, they carried a message of gathering and movement that could not be ignored. But more than that, the trumpets also guided us. The specific blasts gave direction. Listening to the voices calling out now, truly listening, will help give us the direction we need to take the next step on our journey together. 4. It's hard. The Jewish people complained to Moshe that life was better in Egypt, that what they had was better than what they have now, and they feared what they were leaving behind and moving towards. We live in uncertain times. We want to press the reset button to before COVID. We want things to go back to normal. But was what we had before as good as we thought it was? Could we do better? Could we be better? What do we know now that we can't unknow? How will we take this period of trauma and pain and ensure that we don't simply go back to how things were, but be brave and bold and continue journeying and working towards something more? 5. Lech Lecha. The passage of time may mean little these days, but no, we are not already back nearing to the beginning of the Torah. However, the message of Lech Lecha is reflected in this parsha. The journey ahead of us now is hard, and it is unknown, as it was for the children of Israel in the parsha. We don't know what will come, but we can support each other to have faith that if we use the light of the menorah to show us what needs to be done, and heed the call of the silver trumpets alerting us to the voices we need to hear, we can, as individuals, as a community, and as a society, step up and forwards towards something better. We need to move forward and believe that we can make it better. 6. We are not alone. Moshe becomes overwhelmed with leading us through change. He feels utterly alone and reaches a breaking point. God answers him and tells him he doesn't need to do this alone. He needs to find others to share this journey with. The journey ahead of us feels hard. Meaningful change can seem beyond our grasp, but we're not alone. There are people out there who want to support us and themselves feel strengthened by what each of us can bring. The Parshat teaches us the power of words and actions. Vulnerability is strength. We are not alone on this journey towards Tikkun Olam, repairing this world, but we have to take that first step. A final thought to close. We've talked about our 6 lessons, our 6 branches of the menorah, but what of the shamash, the branch that lights all the others? This Parshat is the 36th Torah portion in our annual cycle. 36 is a significant number for us, as it brings to mind the idea of the Limmud 36 righteous people in every generation whose qualities and actions save the world. Key to this thought is that no one knows who the Limmud are, not even the Limmud themselves. Let's be guided through these challenging times by the thought that it might just be you or me, that it is on us to merit, on whose merits the world will be saved. Let's ensure we speak up and act for those around us as if the very world depended on it, because it might very well do so. Shabbat Shalom.